Hello and welcome to On the Move. I'm your host, JoAnna Ward, and we have some great people from the Good Samaritan Health Center here with us again to tell us more about how our neighborhoods make us sick. But before we get started with that, we are going to also do some more fitness with these beautiful ladies, JoAnna and Veronica. You please come on up. Look at you, looking great. I love the ponytails. I need me a ponytail like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let y'all keep them because they y'all, and y'all look better with them than me. So what we're gonna do today, you guys, is we're gonna do the exercise called Anywhere There's a Chair.
Okay.
And most people don't think you can get fit while you sit in 5 minutes or less.
You can do that?
Absolutely. Cool. But you have to know what you're doing. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna share that knowledge and how to get fit in a chair. We're gonna start with a basic warm up, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna rock up here and squeeze our thighs. Just rock, base here, squeeze, yep, just like that. JoAnna, go ahead and do your extraordinary.
Extra squat? You add a couple squats to that.
What did you call it? She's
air push-up.
She always does extra or go beyond. And so, do you guys feel what this is working in your legs, but not necessarily putting any pressure on your knees?
Right. Yes.
But you feel it, and you kind of getting that cardio in, and we're rocking. And this is just the simplicity of movement, and that's why we do On the Move, is we want to show you how powerful simple movements are. Some of them are ballistic and big, but then we have simple things that also can help you stay fit. How's it going, ladies? We're gonna squeeze our thighs here and lift.
I could do this at work.
You could.
Next staff meeting. I'll be sitting here like this.
And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause here. We're gonna lean back. We're gonna put our hands back here and hold this. And we're gonna lift, touch the floor, lift, touch the floor, lift. And we're breathing. How's that?
That's good.
You can feel that in your abs.
Abs, right? Never thought that you could do an ab exercise sitting in a chair, huh?
I really did it. This is great.
This is one of my most popular segments, is to do Anywhere There's a Chair. I can take it anywhere and, get it in, no matter what they're wearing or what they're doing.
Right.
Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And since we're warming up, we're gonna sit forward on the edge of our chair. Then we're gonna take here, we're gonna stretch and sit up nice and tall, lean and stretch that leg up. Stretch and squeeze the abs, stretch the leg, stretch here, squeeze. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. How you ladies doing with that?
Great. Good. It's almost like a yoga move.
Right, in a chair, right? Yeah. Good. And we're gonna hold this one for 2 and 1, 2 and 1. Hold here, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. 2 and 1, 2 and 1. A little higher here, 2 and 1 for that stretch. 2 and 1, and here, 2 and 1. Perfect. 2 and 1. One more time each side. 2 and 1. Trying to get higher each time. 2 and 1, and here, 2 and 1. Now we're going to do a floating toe to fingertips. Toe to fingertips. Let's go. Toe to fingertips. Alternating side to side, right to left. Left to right, good job. Still flexing, breathe. Feel it in your quads. Leg work, ab work, arm work. Leg
All
work, yeah, ab work, and what else?
Leg work,
abs,
work,
and arms. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Breathe. And you're not running, but you should be able to feel that burn in your quad by bringing the toe to the fingertips as opposed to bringing the fingertips down to the toe, okay? And we stretched first, so we should be loose enough to do these pretty proficiently. 5 more sets. Here's 4. You ladies are awesome. 3 more sets. Good job. 2. Whoop, 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 whoop. Last set of those toe fingertip touches. How's that?
Great. Good. I like this.
You like the chair workout, right?
I like the chair.
Most people say the same exact thing. You take a deep breath. Perfect. And we're going to take our arms up in the air. Now, this is a little bit more difficult because it's a little bit more moves and it takes a minute to catch on to it. But you're going to lift here and then stretch up here.
Okay.
So you're going to squeeze, stretch. Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. I like it. Good job. How's that? Squeeze those abs and stretch it up. Squeeze and stretch. Squeeze. Breathe in, breathe out. Perfect form, Veronica and Brianna. You guys are awesome. You sure you're not related?
We've been asked that.
Yes.
And you're not. Just
We're
kindred
not.
spirits.
Yep.
Wow. You know, the Bible says, how can two walk except they agreed? I agree with the Bible on saying that. Because you try to walk with people and you're just like, why are we constantly in disagreement?
Yep.
5 more. 4. 3. Perfect. 2. And 1. How about that abdominal workout?
Awesome.
Lower abs. You guys
I have my
are-
six-pack in a little
I'm just
bit.
telling you, by sitting in a chair while you're watching television, just like our audience is doing. So what you guys are gonna do is grab your weights on the left and on the right. So we're gonna do our pump and pedal series. And what that means is it's an arm, leg, ab workout like we just talked about.
Okay.
And we're gonna pump and pedal the feet when we pump and pedal arms, okay? Just like so. Yeah, we're gonna take it to the side, off the side here. Yep, and let me see yours. Yeah, perfect. Pump and pedal, good job. 8. 7, yeah, good
I like
job.
this.
6, way to go. 5, perfect. 4, you ladies are looking good. 3. 2, I love it. And 1, how's that?
Great. It's like a dance move almost. I like that.
It is. It really is.
Oh, good job, good job. You guys are doing so well. Like, you follow instructors so well. You look at the techniques and you just do it. I mean, it's so awesome. Like, I don't have to tell you one time. It's like, I got it.
You're a good instructor.
Right. So, oh, thank you. I'm, oh, that's so sweet. So we're gonna do pump and pedal with shoulder presses. Pump and pedal shoulder presses are gonna look like this. And you're gonna breathe, because while we're sitting and it seems simple, you guys can tell that it can get your heart rate up and you want to keep breathing. Okay, weights here. You guys pump and pedal, ready? Let's go. 15. Both arms at the same time. Good. Are you too heavy?
Yep.
There we go.
10 more.
We got
9.
this.
You do. 6, 5, 4. Good job. 3, 2, and awesome sauce. Woo! You ladies are working. I tell you the truth. How do you feel?
Good.
Ready to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is do some shoulder turns, but also for the waistline and obliques, you're gonna turn to the side of the leg that's still bent, and you're gonna turn, and you're gonna turn, and you're just gonna keep doing that when you pump and pedal right here. Yep, just like so. Good job. 8, 7. Look at you go. She does do extra.
She does. She's just extra all the time. I don't even try to keep up anymore.
You're just not good at following instructions.
11. Good job. 10. You guys are looking good. 9, 8, 7. Good job. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How's that?
Awesome.
You can do that while you're watching television to
Yes.
work your waistline. Did you feel it through here?
Yeah.
You did, and your arms are still tight and moving, not doing anything really big. You haven't even stood up yet, have you?
No.
And you would think that it would just like not be working anything because you're sitting down. But
Right. But it's good.
it is excellent, right? So now we're gonna do triceps. Now, I don't know if you guys wanna use both of your weights or just one, but we're gonna come here and we're gonna do the pump and pedal just like so as well.
Okay.
Take a deep breath for me. So you wanna test it out to see if you wanna use both or one?
I think I'm gonna do one.
You can do one?
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
match.
Okay, we're gonna take it back here and we're gonna pump and pedal for 20. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 5. Way to work. 6, 7, 8. How's that?
Good.
10. Halfway there. 10, 9, 8, 7. Looking good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, woo, woo.
Let's get in this right here.
Yes! Can you imagine just watching television, like between every commercial, I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
work my arms and be like ready for summertime.
And I can wave to anyone I
You can
want
wave
after
it
that.
any way you want to. You can- Because I heard the Cinderella wave goes like this, and then you're supposed to like touch it with your fingertips or something at the end. Have you guys heard that? That it goes like this, and then you're supposed to touch it. I learned that from
Wow.
the Disney person herself. You do this and you
Learned something new today.
A whole new workout and how to wave.
You have to do the touch it. Okay, perfect. So, ladies, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do 2 more arm exercises. You're gonna grab your other weight, Now this one may be a little bit more difficult because it's just difficult for people to do tricep deltoids, but you guys have gotten everything so far, so I just can't imagine that this is gonna be any different. But you're just gonna come up here like so and down. Yep, and then down. See, perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect form. That's exactly what you're gonna be doing while you're pumping the pedal. So it's gonna look like this.
Pedal. Okay.
Yeah, 1,
He's the coordinator.
You like
2.
that pump and pedal?
Yeah, 3. Makes sense, right? 6. Good. 7. All that perimeter. 8. Good. 9. How's it going?
Good.
8. 7. 6. Good. 5. Perfect. 4. Good. 3 more. 2. And 1. Woo! You guys are doing weight training.
Yeah.
With 5-pound weights. Do you feel it at all?
Yes.
So you didn't think you could feel it with 5 pounds? I tell you, I've seen 5-pound weights break down like some big basketball player guys.
Wow.
Because the reps is what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even hold your arms up just in themselves for like 20 minutes. So
Right.
imagine if you put a weight or something in there. So it's like, it just always eats you up. So people just so underestimate the small things and starting small and finishing big. So
Yep.
the final arm toning sculpting exercise we're gonna do is going to be chest press.
Okay.
This helps us out in so many ways. Yes. And then you want to come open, and you're going to pump and pedal with that as well. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, good. 7, how's that feel?
Good. You can feel it in the
You do?
chest a lot.
9,
Yeah.
good. 10 more. 9, 8, Brianna got a face. 7, 6, you got it. 5, 4, great. 3, good. 2, and 1. You guys are awesome. You go ahead and put your weights down back where they were on your side. Way to do it, way to do it, way to do it. Okay, and we're gonna come here. So you remember we leaned back before, we were on the edge of the chair, we holding on. I promised that we're almost done. How do you guys feel about that? Anywhere there's a chair workout and like
I really like this. Yes.
I think I'm gonna teach my kids. I'm gonna do this at home.
At the dinner table.
Right, I mean, I think it's fun. And
Yeah,
kids
it
love
is
it.
fun.
Kids
Yeah.
really do love it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna be pedal in the air. And you can go fast or slow. And you're gonna just pedal like you're on a cycle. You guys taking cycling before?
Yes.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're gonna pick up the speed. 3, 2, and it's gonna be the last one. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Go, go, go. Pedal, pedal, pedal. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 more, 2, and how do your legs feel after that? Like
Pretty
everything
tired.
now?
Yeah. All that.
Feeling the burn.
Good job, Brianna.
Great.
Good job,
Thank
Veronica.
you.
Well, hey, again, the anywhere there's a chair 5-minute fitness test has proven itself to be effective
And fun.
and fun
Yeah.
in less than 5 minutes, pretty much give or take a few transitional moments. But we are getting ready to go on a break. I would like you guys to grab your pen, grab your paper. We want to tell you where you can find these ladies doing a day-to-day profession, and also where you can find their book, How Our Neighborhoods Make Us Sick, because a lot of us just don't know any better. And in order to do better, you have to know better. And they've put a lot of knowledge, a lot of work, a lot of research into showing us what is really making us sick and what to do about it. We're gonna go clean up and change our clothes. We're gonna be right back, and you guys are gonna get some great information today. See you in a moment. Welcome back from that workout in the chair with Brianna and Veronica. And I told you guys that we're gonna come back and we're going to talk about them co-authoring a book that I think is beyond a book. It's awesome research that we can consume in our communities. How Neighborhoods Make Us Sick. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I had to have you back to talk about the book.
I'm glad you did.
And you know, I really do love what you guys do at the Good Samaritan Health Center. It's an awesome project.
Thank
and
you.
you guys are awesome people, and I want to talk about that. You are married,
I am.
and you have how many children?
I have 2 girls, a 5-year-old Aubrey, who is like going on 25, and a 9-month-old Emma.
A 9-month-old?
Yes.
I did not know you had a baby that was less than a year old. I guess a toddler now.
Yeah, well, she's crawling, but not quite walking.
So she's not even a toddler.
Not
She's
yet.
still in
not yet.
infantry.
Yeah.
You know, my son started walking at 7 months old.
Oh, wow.
Of course, he's 26 now, but you know, in my mind, I'm thinking everybody's
That is really
toddling
impressive.
around at 9 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you have a 5-year-old and a 9-month-old, and you still wrote this book?
Somehow, by the grace of God, in the midnight hour.
Wow, I'm such an underachiever. I'm such an underachiever. Like, you just making me look really bad right now. And Brianna?
I have 3 kids, and I'm married. I have a 7-year-old, a just turned 5-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old.
Oh, you guys both have these babies that are under 2.
Yes.
And you still wrote a book. We have to get our act together, people. Like, what is our excuse? Like, really, they are full-time professionals, right?
Right.
You both are married, which is a job in of itself. And then you both have more than one child.
Right.
And you co-authored this very well-written, very well put together, very well-researched and documented book to help us out. What is your excuse for not even getting up doing anything? As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to end right here and leave because they are just outshining me. No, seriously.
No,
Thank
that's
you
not
guys.
true.
You guys are awesome. This is a great piece of work that you guys have here. And I see this being one of many, many projects that you guys work together because you work so cohesively and you bounce off each other so well. And you are the yin and the yang and all that different stuff that kind of balances each other out, like you guys did on the box and like you've done on the chairs. You guys are working really well together. So what was the inspiration? How did you guys come together to talk about how our neighborhoods are making us sick? How did that start? How did that whole conversation go?
Yeah, well, actually, it started in about May of 2007. My family moved to a neighborhood in Southwest Atlanta.
Okay.
We had been trained in community redevelopment and had been part of a group called InterVarsity Christian Fellowship in college that really focuses a lot on Christians caring about issues of social justice, racial reconciliation, and loving the poor. And we were really inspired by that. And so we made a decision as a family to move into a community that had very little resources. We came in with lots of good intentions in our community redevelopment training, and we tried to do some great things in the community, tutoring programs, things at the local park. But what we found is that there were these larger issues impacting the health of our neighbors that our best efforts in community development programs really weren't impacting. It wasn't moving the needle. And so around 10 years into that experience, I started working at the Good Samaritan Health Center, which is where Brianna and I met. And it turns out that she had also been hitting a wall of sorts and seeing that medicine alone was also not healing people in these communities. And so because we're friends and have children in similar life stage, we just started over dinners talking about what is really making these neighborhoods sick. And those conversations led to the vision for this book, in which we both talk about, some of our failures, some of the ways that we tried to create interventions that were not successful, but then the things that we learned along the way and the larger issues, which the population health world refers to as social determinants of health, that really have to be addressed if we're going to get serious about healing these communities.
That is amazing. Like, it's so serious that you guys even were concerned about how you were unsuccessful and ineffective, as opposed to saying, well, at least I tried. I had the effort there. But to go beyond, above and beyond and say, wait a minute, there has to be something more. That is just awesome in and of itself, seriously. And I want to applaud you both for having compassion and concern on that level and the way that we are here. In Matthew 24:12, it says, because wickedness abounds, the love of many waxes cold. And that takes a certain level of love to want to even be concerned about someone that you're not connected to connect to communities that really don't have you don't have a dog in the fight one way or the other than what's in your heart to fight for that community. And so just to have that conversation to the point of manifestation of this particular research is amazing in and of itself. And I did want to just touch on that and let you understand how significant that is and how much of your character, your Christ-like character. There's a character that should follow who we are in Christ, not just a profession and confession, but a character should follow. And that says a lot about you both to carry that compassion for people and then look at your failures and address them and say, hey, there's more we can do. That is so deep to me. I don't even know if you know how profound it is. I think it's just who we are. So this is just who we are, but it's really, really profound, and it speaks volumes to all of us about how we could do more, even if we seem to be failing and not making a difference. So Brianna, do you want to speak to that conversation, or did she sum it up? Because you guys are like, you know, the top teeth and the bottom teeth, the tongue and the cheek, and you guys are
Well, I'll just add that what we hope that as readers read this, that it's not just our stories, which we've aimed to be vulnerable and truthful about our own shortcomings and how we learned, but that they can also see that in their own lives. And that when we talk about social determinants of health, we're talking about all of those conditions in which we live, we're born, we work, we grow, we play, and that those start impacting our health from the moment we're born.
Wow.
And so things like poverty, food insecurity, racism, oppression, homelessness, that all of these factors are really leading to a lot of the health disparities that we see down the road. And that conversation isn't going to be fixed inside of a clinic.
Wow.
It's going to be fixed by all of us as neighbors, as community members, saying, this is important. We want people to thrive. We want to see our neighborhoods be healthy and the neighborhoods next door to our neighborhood be healthy. And so what does it look like when we take that on together, and that we each say, where in my realm of influence, where in my neighborhood and in my career can I contribute to building healthier neighborhoods for all of us?
You have to have a heart to help, though, right? And on that level, a heart, it starts with the heart to help, right? Coming from that place. And you said it perfectly, because some people say, well, that's your problem. You know, you should just get up and just get fit. You should just get up and get healthy. You should just stop eating fried chicken, and you should just stop eating biscuits. And, you know, like what do you say to that person who is in a position of privilege of some sort? It doesn't matter what kind of privilege it is.
Right.
But they're in some type of privilege to the point where they can share that perspective of, why can't you just figure your life out and get it together? What do you say to those people who have this perspective and they don't even acknowledge what you just gave, which is beautiful, the 13-year lifespan that exists just because I'm poor?
Right.
Or just because I'm in
zip code.
Based on
That's
where you live.
crazy.
Yeah. We would say to them that there's actually an economic business case to be made, that caring about these neighborhoods is better for everyone.
Okay.
So, for example, having a clinic like the Good Samaritan Health Center where we work, that it returns millions of dollars in value to the community just based on the fact that we exist, because we keep people out of the emergency room that don't need to be there, which is better for everyone. If you need to go to the emergency room, you don't want to have a 4-hour wait time, because there's people there that have the common cold or a UTI that could be getting treated down the road at Good Samaritan. So we return a financial benefit to the community. There's other authors that have talked about how in a city, if you have areas that are really wealthy, segregated from those that are really poor, it's almost like blood can't flow through the arteries of the city, because you may have a built environment that is cutting access off of people moving around the city freely. And that, again, that's not good for all the residents, not just those in the poor neighborhoods. So we would really focus in on, okay, let's say you don't necessarily have the heart for this, and we understand not everybody does,
Right.
but it is better for all of Atlanta, for all of Georgia, if we lift these neighborhoods up and reduce that life expectancy gap.
And how can, if my zip code is nowhere near that area, is more in a privileged, more affluent, more that on that, I'm going to have that extra 13-year lifespan just because of my zip code. How can I help, even though I don't really want to make contact and connection? How can I get involved based on what the research that you guys have provided here? This is a good read for me. It probably, honestly, the information you guys have in here would probably open my eyes if I were to pick it up and just read it. You know what I mean? A lot of us are so disconnected from various disparities just on a whole nother level that it's just so far beyond us. But I think a book like this, you know what I mean, can actually motivate and connect everybody, those that won't live that 13 years, all the way up to those that will live that extra 13 years, and give us all something to get together and come together and contribute. So what is it I can do? Because I really don't want to come down to, you know, but what can I do other than my money to help me? Like, that's one thing to have money because I have it. Of course, if I have it, it's easy for me to give away. But how can I connect without being connected? Is that possible?
It is possible because our everyday decisions impact the health of our neighbors. And so you can connect by following a blog of someone with a life experience different than your own. Find a nonprofit in in that neighborhood that's really connected with that community. Ask how you can help. Volunteer 1 day a month. Become a monthly donor. $10 a month from 100 people can make a huge difference.
Right.
But find that way to hear stories that you're not hearing.
Right.
And I think for us, we've seen those stories. We've heard them from our patients, from our neighbors, and that changed us. It changed the way I see the world.
Good.
And I think it can change the way you see the world no matter where you're living.
Right. I cried because I had no shoes until I saw a man with no feet. Sometimes you just really are caught up in where you are and what you have going on, and until you realize what's really going on. And I think, Veronica, you said something. No, it was actually JoAnna, and you were saying it has a lot to do with where you end up, how you start, your environment, your, like, all these things play a factor. And sometimes we just really think that people are where they are by choice.
Right.
Like you could have chosen, I chose to do this and do that.
Right.
And that's just where we live in our society. And it's just so much coldness that we don't realize, no, this person actually had a different start than I did. They have a different experience day by day from the womb. Before they were even born, they had these disparities. So thank you guys so much, first of all, for having a heart to help and a heart to heal. And then being transparent enough to say, hey, you know what, this is not working. We know it's not working. We're not going to pretend that it's working, because we recycle and sell lies just because we lied and it was a big lie and we don't want to own up to it. And it's not necessarily us, but that's just how it works in our society to save face.
It is.
But you guys have come and said, no, there's something bigger than this going on. There's a bigger deal going on, and we're going to address it head on, and we're going to help you all address it. So thank you, Veronica and Rihanna. You've been on the move with me, Veronica and Rihanna. These ladies are living their confession and profession. They are exhilarating Christ-like character, not just in the work that they do at the Good Samaritan Health Center, but the work that they put into this book. Go to their website, buy this book, because it's important. Give me one, several. You've been on the move with JoAnna, Rihanna, and Veronica, and how our neighborhoods make us sick. I'll see you guys next time.